So I'm just gonna check on the development team real quick. Sean, how we doing? Looking good, buddy. Yeah, how's the development coming? I saw the new patch just came out. That's great. Yeah, keep at it. Yeah, no, sorry, we still can't let you outside. That's just not gonna happen. That's not possible. You stay in here, though. Keep trucking. We're gonna try and send somebody by with a sandwich.
What's up, gamers? Welcome to another episode of the Game Strain. This is Wine back here with you. Sorry I missed you last Friday. I was just a little caught up with Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Let's dive into No Man's Sky. Everybody remembers that game, right? I sure do. They just came out with a brand new big patch yesterday. It was the first big patch. It's the Foundation patch. They've had other little small hotfix patches here and there, but this is the first one that adds a whole bunch of content and whatnot, so let's just go ahead and dive right into it. And before I get into it too much, I just want to say that I was never one of the people that was hating on this game a whole lot. I do recognize that there were things that they said were going to be in the game that are not in the game, so that did piss me off, but I've never been one of the people that just like hates this game. So let's go ahead and dive into that, the patch, Foundation patch. What did they add? Well, first off, they added two new modes, survival and creative mode. So survival mode, that's for all you people that want a little bit more of a challenge, because this game is so easy sometimes that maybe you do really want a little bit of a challenge. So it can be either frustratingly impossible depending on which planet you start on, or, you know, pretty good challenge is sort of fun depending on the planet. It's procedurally generated, so it's random, you never really know. I remember the first couple planets that I started on this mode, I was trying to run to my ship, which is about 14-minute run away, and I just kept on dying from the environment because there wasn't enough resources around to boost my shields and my health, my life support systems. So that was a little bit frustrating because I felt like, you know, I would try to take different routes, try and get to the ship and try and look for different minerals in different spots, but in the end it always just the same result. So I don't know if it got play tested very much, that's my question, but I am skeptical and cautious to criticize a challenge in this game because, as I said before, this game has always been a little bit too easy. But if you do like being easy and things going very smoothly, then you can just try out the new creative mode, and that allows you to basically just walk around and not really have to worry about dying. Your health is, I think the health is infinite, and I didn't even try out that mode, but you can see the full description of it right there on the footage behind me. But it's just for those types of people that like more of a laid back and want to dive into the base building creation stuff, which is one of the things that we're going to start talking about here now. So they added base building and freighters. So first, let me just say, this is not what we wanted. I don't understand why they added this to the game. Well, I kind of do and I kind of don't. I mostly don't understand why they added it now. I mean, if you ask yourself, okay, this game has gotten a shit ton of heat, maybe the most heat that I can remember a game getting in recent memory. So if you have all this heat at your game and all these people saying that this and that needs to be changed, well, why would you come out with something that nobody has ever talked about? I don't think I've seen a single person that was criticizing the game saying, you know what I really want? Base building and to own a big old ship. How about being able to build ships instead of building a base? But okay, let's get out let's stop being so negative and actually dive into what we have. So the base building, you can build a base now on pretty much any planet that has an abandoned facility. You can just scan around in space, you'll find one eventually. You go down to the spot and you just do a little bit of screwing around, press some buttons, and it becomes your new home base, your home planet. And from there you can start building some different rooms and corridors. The building mechanics and all that base building stuff are pretty cool. They remind me a little bit of like Fallout. They're pretty simple and intuitive, very snap, snap, snap. So that's kind of cool, but it leaves me questioning, why do I really want to do this? I mean, I thought this game was about exploration. I thought we were supposed to be going forward all the time towards the center of the galaxy, which we all know. Let's just not talk about that. And so we're all trying to be moving forward, so why do we want to have a place that's, you know, well, we can teleport back to this base? That's the thing. It's like, okay, well, that makes sense. So even if you're like 50, however many systems away from your home base, you can teleport back to your base from a space station. So you just fly to a space station in your local system that you're in, and then you can just teleport back to your home base, and then once you're at your home base, you can teleport back to the station that you were at previously. So it's kind of back and forth, real simple. You don't have to worry about that traveling. So what does the base get you? Well, it gets you some extra resources once you install the little garden that allows you to grow different little resources and plants. It also allows you to get a little bit of extra inventory space. And, you know, it's also kind of fun maybe to build your own little spot if you're into that, if that's the type of thing that you really like to do in games. So now freighters. Freighters are the new thing. You know, they've been in the game before. They're those big old hunking ships that you see flying around, but now you can actually fly up to them, and some of them will have a little icon, and you can actually dock onto them. So they have new interiors for these freighters. I'm not sure how many interiors. There might only be one or two. I'm not exactly sure. There's a pretty good variety of like the exterior of the freighters, but I'm not really sure on the interior. But it is kind of cool with the freighters, you know, just being able to fly into them. It's just something neat, a new little addition. Once you go in there, you have to go up an annoying amount of flights of stairs until you finally get to the captain's quarters. Talk to the captain. You can make an offer on his ship, just like always with other ships. And to offer to buy the freighter, the starting ones, which are about like 20 or so slots, those are around 13 million. Yeah, 13 million. So if you're into going out and grinding for minerals and then selling them, and then grinding for minerals and selling them until you have 13 million or however much you need in order to buy these freighters, that's what you got to do. So the highest end freighters I've heard or read on Reddit is 48 slots, and they cost around 100 million. Yeah, so I'm probably never gonna ever get one of those. I don't see the point right now. Maybe when they add other things, which is something we're gonna get into a little bit. They did fix some of the UI things that were a little bit annoying. You have, when you scan for minerals, you can actually more clearly see what type of mineral is around, not just like red, blue, whatever. So it's a little easier to see that. And then, so space combat has gotten a little bit of an improvement, but not the improvement that we were all wanting. You know, it's at least not to the degree that we were all wanting, I should say. They improved some of the explosion effects. They added some new ship tech that you can collect. I haven't really found too much of that new ship tech, so maybe there's some new cool weapons that I haven't found yet, but I kind of doubt it. But anyway, there's also the flight formations for the enemy ships have been altered a little bit, they said, and I kind of did notice that. I did see ships fighting each other a little bit more. So when actually I did have a little encounter where I came up on a freighter, one of the ones that you could land on, it was getting attacked. Once I cleared off the enemy ships, as I'm going to show you here, I was actually able to dock, go talk to the captain, and get a reward for the mission. Which is kind of cool. That was something that wasn't there before. When you protect a ship, it would just flash the reward on your screen. So it's kind of neat, you know, a little bit more immersive. You get to dock onto the ship, talk to the captain, get your reward for defending the dude's big old ship. They also added a couple new techs that you can build. They added a self-mining thing, that a little gadget you can plop onto big old chunks of minerals, and it'll mine it for you, and then you come back and just collect it later, so you don't have to actually do the mining yourself. That's a pretty neat little addition. They also added, what was it? The ability to build your own save points and the ability to build your own waypoints. So if you want to mark something and you're like, oh, I want to come back here, you build a little save point, waypoint there, and you get back there easily, and you can actually color code them too. So that's sort of neat. So in closing, let's talk about it. Is this enough for the game? I mean, is this going in the right direction? Well, part of me is wondering, is this, okay, you call this the foundation pack. Are you saying with that this is the foundation for the game that I already bought? Are you telling me that you didn't even have a foundation in place? And I know that's not what it's saying, but I mean, it's just like, it feels like this game has already felt so empty, and that was what everyone was so mad about. But this doesn't really add the things that we wanted. So I'm not going to criticize Hello Games for adding things to the No Man's Sky, which it desperately needs a whole bunch of stuff added to it. But this just isn't the thing that I would have added first. Hopefully they start to add, you know, more space combat fixes and other things, and start to get into the laundry list of complaints that all the fans have. So we'll see if they make good on their claim that they're listening to the negative and positive feedback, but I don't know. I mean, and they have been annoyingly silent. Hello Games has been annoyingly silent for everybody on this whole debacle. So I don't know. Is this patch, you know, something that would, you know, is it going to make me say, should you come back and play the game? No, I don't think so. I think the game is still kind of not that great, still kind of broken, not really much of a point to it, unless you just like looking around at weird procedurally generated animals. I mean, it gets old really quick. When I played this game, I invested about 40-50 hours, and then I got bored because there was nothing else to do. I started to see all the cracks just like everybody else. This patch does not fix that problem. So I would say, you know, this is a step in the right direction in the sense that they are making good on their promise to add content to the game, but this isn't the content we wanted. But hopefully they will be adding things on top of this foundation that are going to be things that are going to be drawing people back to the game. So good job, Hello Games, on adding stuff, but not quite what we wanted. So with that, I think we're going to close it up. And if you like what I'm doing here on the game stream, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Really helps me out. And we're going to be posting videos 2 days a week on this channel as normal, unless it's like a holiday like last Friday where I kind of flubbed out on that one. But we're going to be seeing you on Friday here on the game stream.